Hello, everybody. It is your Professor Rocco, your boy, coming at you again with another Age of Sigmar video. In this, honestly, it could be a 101, it could be a general class. Let's see how my editor feels, aka Rocco, your girl, when she makes the thumbnail. But in this class, we're gonna talk about, well, what to expect when you're going to a new place to play in a tournament. I know I haven't really been doing a lot of tournament coverage lately, but in the hopes that hopefully I will be able to go to some things soon, here, I just want to revisit this. We haven't really talked about this in probably over a year. Some of our more tournament heavy things. So I feel like this is a good thing to go over 3 tips for preparing for a tournament in a new place. All right, so tip number one. This. We're not even getting a slideshow. This is me and you. It's late. It's been a busy day. Let's go. So the professor says, what's the vibe of the group going in? So you can set reasonable expectations. And like first off, ask yourself, like, is this my first event? Don't set yourself up with the expectation of you're gonna win it, because you'll be very crestfallen the moment a thing goes bad. You'll panic and freak out. So we're setting reasonable expectations here based on who you are as a tournament player, what your experience is the group you're going to play with. Are they all brand new people to the tournament scene themselves? Is this even an ITC event? Is this just your friends? You got 7 other people that you're friends with, and you're meeting together in your buddy's basement to see who's king of the hill? Or are you going to a 2-day GT with like 300 players and the ITC championship is on the line, but you've never actually played in a tournament yet? We got to set reasonable expectations here. And it is okay to just want to play in a 1-day tournament so you get 3 games of Warhammer in on a weekend. It's really fun. Highly recommend it. That's most of my tournament experience, and then we had a few GTs thrown in there, but I'm a fan of the 1-day tournament. Just taking a day off of a busy weekend to just roll dice and have fun and meet new people in a little more casual environment. Hell yeah! All right, my one curse of the day. Yep, counting that one. But the point is, we need to set reasonable expectations for ourselves. And again, if it's everyone's bringing the hot meta dragon list or the hot meta dragon killing list or whatever it is, and you don't have that, it's okay to know you're not gonna go out and get first place. Because you know what? You set low expectations of just playing 3 games, the pressure's off you, and once you get a win, you just feel like you won the whole weekend. And then when you get 2-1 and get second place because you took Gloomspite Gets as a meme, and everyone's like, wow, how'd you do that? And you're like, well, I came in cool as a cucumber. Because I set reasonable expectations. Number 2, because you go into a brand new place with people you don't know, maybe, or if it's your friends or what. I just want to play something I'm comfortable with. Something that I played, that I've got enough repetitions with, where I'm like, yeah, I know my rules well enough, if not inside and out, where like I don't need to reference a rule book every 5 seconds to see like, okay, how far does this move? How far does that move? Can I do this special rule? I've got that general knowledge. And yes, I will check my Age of Sigmar app or my army book once in a while. But that's more to double check and confirm stuff. And, when you get to tournament play and you play in a lot of events, you're going to know what your army does and you're going to know what your opponent's army does and vice versa. So it ends up being a bit more of an even playing field after a while. But if you're brand new and you're playing with brand new people, take something you know. Again, it doesn't have to be the best army, but if you're the best with it, then why not set yourself up for some success? I did that with Stormcast for my very first tournament, playing out in a store in Delaware where, it was Stormcast. It wasn't like a big meta thing, and I still got second place. And it freaked everybody out. And then the next time I went out there, I got first. Because even in second edition, long strikes were really good. But now people know that in third because they got better, and it's a crazy world we live in. But again, play something you're comfortable with and know how to use. Just to remove that layer of stress of like, oh my gosh, my rules, my stuff. Ah! Instead of having fun. You know, that's what we do this for. Fun. And part three here, my third tip, which has actually screwed me out of a podium because I didn't do this to see that I actually had earned a bunch of bonus points. Reread the player pack. You know, a lot of even one day tournaments, they'll say what battle plans are you're gonna play that day sometimes in advance. You know, they're gonna say that they have house rules for certain things, and the tournament organizer will put that in the pack. Or like if there's a controversial rule where there isn't an FAQ or ruling on it from Games Workshop yet, they're gonna put that in the pack or a way to ask questions or what's gonna happen that weekend. What are your expectations that they're setting for what they want the event to be? It puts you where what are we doing here? Like for Martin Orlando, he again earlier this year did a doubles event out in Jersey, and because for a doubles tournament, there's different ways you can say how the combat phase work. And that sounds weird, but let me explain. I've been to tournaments, actually, Du Bois, where people were playing it as when it's your team's turn, you each get to activate a unit. And at Martin's thing, there was each team just activates a unit back and forth like a regular Age of Sigmar game. And it comes down to like subtle wording in the pack and what kind of event people are running, where some want it more goofy, some want it more try-hardy, some people want something in between, and you're never going to know until you read the thing and then reread it, because that first read through you're just skimming. We all know that. No one, like I live in America. We don't read the manuals. We skim, we see there's a picture. Oh, there's a diagram. Cool. Yeah. And you're like, where's this part go? What do we and then you flipping through the book like a moron. So reread the player pack, because like even like when I went to Shorehammer, if you've seen that review of what I did there, where mid video I realized I had missed points, and you could see it in my face that I was like, oh, I got fifth when I, because of their really cool scoring, and it was on me for messing this up, but they had a really cool scoring for how they did it, where it was like an accumulative thing, like if you can get bonus points and objectives throughout the game to boost your overall score, whereas most tournaments normally like they give you on a rubric of if you won and had a major victory and did all your battle tactics, you get this or that, and then you go down. um Different tournaments have every right to do things differently. You know, it's not standardized because that's part of the fun. You go to like a narrative event. Um, I'm trying to think of, well, Shorehammer would be the narrative event actually on the top of my head there. But you go to some of these events where it's like you can bring, what was it, Brewhammer out in the Midwest, where it's like a 3,000 point army, or you bring multiple lists out in the Midwest. They've been doing recently, where at the game you can choose what you're gonna do. Some people run one day events where each battle round you have to do a different grand strategy. That's not normal, but it's fun. It's different, and you'll never know until you read the pack. Or unfortunately, day of, someone's like, "Yeah, man, you already did that grand strategy. What are you gonna do now?" And you're like, "What? That wasn't in the rules." And either you get penalized for taking time, or you panic, say, uh, slay the warlord. Like that's not a thing. That's a battle tactic, Rocco. And it removes that layer of awkwardness. I mean, I'm kind of awkward. I'm very, I'm very interpersonal, and I'm loud, and I'm an extrovert. But every once in a while, the awkward hits, and you're just like, I wish I had just reread the players pack. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to class today. If you have any questions or any topics you want us to cover, please leave a comment below. And also, I want to say thank you, students, so much for sticking through the professor thing, me being a Met fan, um, and just liking the channel. We have over 800 subscribers. That's crazy. You know, like, I, can you imagine 800 people just chilling, hanging out in a room in an auditorium, waiting to go watch a show or something, and then my freaking face and my beard shows up? Like, hey, that's crazy. So, from all of us here, PD, Rocco, your girl, and myself, thank you so much. We're on the path to 1,000 subscribers. We're on the path. We're getting that closer. The next goal is 900 subscribers. So like this video, share it. Please comment so I can cover more of your questions. I'm going to try to get a battle report up here soon if I could find someone that's got free time when I do to play a game, even if it's on TTS. And we're going to have fun. All right, and I'd like to say at the end of all of our videos, class dismissed. Bye.